What's good, Commanders fans? Just gonna do a quick studs and duds video, and then also talking about playoff odds. And the game has been flexed this Sunday Night Football when we play against the Giants, and I'm happy about that. I love it. I love late games because I get to do whatever I want during the day. I don't have to stop at 1 o'clock, and then just I can just be outside and enjoy the day. Honestly, so that's why I like it. That's why I like the late games, and I'm happy we have more national TV games. We have another national TV game because we've done well on national TV. Who do we just beat? We beat the Eagles. We just beat the Eagles on Monday Night Football. We beat the Giants last year on Thursday Night Football. We beat the Seahawks on Monday Night Football. We beat the Bears on Thursday Night Football a couple months ago. Under Ron Rivera, we've done a solid job on national TV. So that's why I don't mind it. It's not like the old when we're the Skins, we're scared to play on Monday Night Football. We always get blown out. Yes, we got blown out against the Cowboys last year. But for the most part, you get what I'm saying. We've done a really good job on prime time under Ron Rivera. And, you can go back to Thanksgiving if you want to say that was a prime time game against Dallas where we beat them 41-16. The Steelers on Monday evening football. So you get what I'm saying. I'm happy with this flex. So talking about that real quick. Cole Holcomb, his season is over. That was reported by Tom Pelissero. So this is a news dump type of video he's done for the season. He had surgery. He's going to be done for the year. So this is per Ben Standing. Linebacker Cole Holcomb underwent season-ending foot surgery and is out for the season. Holcomb's agent, Christina P., confirmed Tom Pelissero's report. Ben Standing also says that Cole Holcomb is the 2023 free agent. Last played on October 23rd. Interesting all season ahead. So, every offseason I always do who stays, who goes. I would like to see Cole Holcomb come back, but you know how Ron is. He's a penny pincher. He likes to save money. He doesn't like to pay guys at all. I do think he's a guy that they try to bring back, but it's got to be on a team-friendly contract for sure. Cole Holcomb, you look at his numbers. He did have a good amount of tackles. He had before he got hurt, he had 37 tackles. You look at his advanced stats. Pass defense, it wasn't his best season. Defending the pass, he gave him 125.6 passer rating, so that's not good at all. Gave him 2 touchdowns. And pass coverage, 72% completion percentage allowed, which is pretty decent. That's pretty solid, but it wasn't great. It wasn't great in coverage this year, but he was good stopping and running. We definitely have, missed him in a couple games. The Atlanta game, we're run heavy teams, but the defense has been doing a good job without him. They've been doing a solid job. Now we definitely could use him. And Ron, he just this offseason or the past 2 years, he just hasn't really shown a lot of attention to linebackers. They like to play 3 safeties. Now that you got Bobby McCain playing nickel slot corner. You got Cam Curl playing safety. Derek Forrest playing safety. So he just likes that 3 safety look. There was a stat last year we only played 2 linebackers. So we just don't have a lot of depth anyway, and that's what Ron wanted. That's just Ron. That's Ron's MO right now. He's not really into adding to the linebacker position, and it is what it is. Jack Del Rio's done a fine job so far this season. The defense as a whole has really, really improved. Ben St. Juste, for the most part, people have improved for sure. Ben St. Juste, Kendall Fuller's improved. Now, like I said, Jamin Davis, he's improved too. He has stepped up this year in Cole Holcomb's absence. I remember Cole Holcomb was the mic to start off, and now Jamin Davis is the one calling the plays. We got Bostic out there calling the plays, quarterback in the defense. So they've done a fine job without him. We just got to step up in the run game without him. Against Daniel Jones. We got to get stops against Daniel Jones. So Cole Holcomb, I don't know what his projected salary is going to be. I got to look at Spot Rack for that, what he's going to get in free agency. But I would like to bring him back. He's one of the guys I would like to bring back. He has been healthy for the most part, so it's not like he's injury prone or anything like that. He's a solid linebacker. Is he an All Pro Bowl or anything like that? No, he's not. But he's a guy that gets the job done for the Commanders, for the Washington football team the last couple of years. So, all right. So let's get to studs and duds here. Terry McLaurin, obviously a stud. 8 catches, 105 yards. The run after the catch, that was beautiful. Had a couple of nice catches, 8 catches for 105 yards on the touchdown. He almost had another big catch, and the pass interference was ridiculous. That should have been a pass interference on Fabian Moreau. Fabian Moreau just can't check Terry, so I can't wait for that matchup when we play them again on Sunday night. Look at the wide receiver position again. Jahan Dotson, that spin move for the touchdown, that was beautiful. We finally got him the football more. 5 catches for 54 yards. Still didn't get, he still hasn't had like a big game, 100-yard game yet. But you see how impactful he is, how good he is, how elusive, how shifty he is, how good his hands are. We just got a good wide receiver core. Curtis Samuel was a stud for me as well. That 4th and 4 catch, that was a good catch. That was a big catch by him. That was a big catch by Taylor Heineke. The game would have been over if we didn't convert that. And he had a nice run in overtime that should have been a touchdown. I mean, should have led to a field goal to win the game in overtime. That was a good. I got to give credit for Scott Turner for calling that play, and Curtis Samuel having a good run. He's just been very versatile. We just don't pass the ball a lot. We have so much talent at the wide receiver position, but that's just not our identity. That's not our identity right now. So I thought all three of those guys were studs. Brian Robinson, 21 carries for 96 yards. He had a couple good runs. He did run out of bounds. I wasn't happy with that. But once again, he had some tough runs where he's moving a pile, moving the chains. The one time in overtime, I thought he could have broke out a little bit more to the outside. That hurt. That was a big reason why we didn't get the field goal, where we should have gotten a field goal after the Curtis Samuel run that got us into Giants territory. But B-Rob was good. Now, like I said, he stepped out of bounds. I wasn't happy with that. 2 catches for 15 yards, and his longest catch was for 10 yards. Brian Robinson, big head energy. He's just been super effective. That's a bit up for the offensive side. The offensive line, they were kind of duds, all of them, to be honest with you, as a unit. They gave up, how many sacks did we give up? Taylor Heineke got sacked 5 times. If Carson Wentz is in the game, he probably gets sacked 8 or 9 times, to be honest with you. Kayvon Thibodeau came in untouched. I think it was a line shift they did where Taylor Heineke could have fumbled again on our own 2-yard line. That was a scary play. Leno, everybody got beat at least two or three times, to be honest with you. It wasn't just one guy having a terrible game. All of them together as a unit kind of got beat. They got beat by Thibodeau. They got beat by Azeez Al-Jolari. They got beat. They did. I hope they have a better game. Now, Larson, we'll see what happens with the injury. Nick Martin's going to have to step up. We got a couple guys out of the offensive line. We've had a couple of injuries on the offensive line so far. Trey Turner, we'll see if he's ready to play. Who else? Heineke, he was in the middle for me. He threw some scary passes. Could have threw an interception where he tried to throw it to Cam Sims, where he got tipped up in the air. Fabian Marocha could have caught that. He should have caught that. There was another pass over the middle in our own territory on 1st and 15. Jordan Love could have caught an interception. There's one time where Jahan Dotson had to hold a defender back not to catch an interception. So he threw a lot of turnover-worthy plays, but he made some big plays. The touchdown pass to Terry McLaurin in the beginning of the game, and he missed Logan Thomas wide open in the red zone. The touchdown pass to Terry McLaurin where he evaded the rush, ducked his head under, got out, gave it to Terry. Terry got the touchdown. That was a big play by Taylor Heineke. Also, the pass on 4th and 4. That was a beautiful play. So he was in the middle for me. He wasn't a dud or a stud. He was about average. 2 touchdowns, no picks, 27 for 41. John Allen was a stud, had the forced fumble at the beginning of the game, had a sack, 8 tackles. Jerron Payne was a stud as well, had a sack on 3rd down on Daniel Jones. That was a huge play. I thought we were going to win the game after that. But of course, we ended up in a tie. So Christian Holmes was a dud. I thought he got pushed off by Darius Slayton, but he did get beat by Isaiah Hodgins. I don't have any PFF grades today. Percy Butler had a couple penalties. I thought he was a dud, the penalty where he pushed somebody out of bounds, and then he laid on top of somebody when they had a fair catch. Logan Thomas was a dud as well as a false start. A couple holding penalties. I thought 1 or 2 of them was bad. The one where they called a blocking back, I thought it was ridiculous. And then he did whiff on Kayvon Thibodeau on 2nd and 7 in overtime as well. Cole Turner had a holding penalty, so just the tight ends struggled blocking. Joey Sly also missed a 52-yard field goal. I'm not going to say he was a dud because that's a tough kick. That's not an easy kick, but you got to make that kick. We needed that bad. And he was the NFC Offensive Player of the Month. I guess that might have jinxed him. Scott Turner, I'm not going to really say he has a dud, but maybe he could have been more aggressive. But you see the passes from Taylor Heineke where he was throwing turnover-worthy plays. So that's about it. If you guys think I left out anybody, Jerron Payne was a stud like that. John Allen was a stud. Terry, Curtis, Jahan, Brian Robinson. I want to see Antonio Gibson get a couple more touches next game. He's a weapon, man. We got to use him a little bit more. But I understand if Brian Robinson's hot, you got to keep using him. Danny Johnson's got to catch that interception too towards the end of the game as well. So, all right, you guys. You guys let me know what you guys think. Healthy Commanders. Peace.